Alright, so today what we're doing is we are making what I call garden angels or garden angel plant stakes. What they are little angels on a stick. Angels on a stick. And I'll take one out for you here so I can show it to you more readily. And that's what it looks like. It's just darling, and it's made out of 2 yo-yos, and this is a white satin yo-yo. And I'm not going to show you how to make yo-yos because there's a billion videos online on YouTube on how to make a yo-yo. Okay, I do mine by hand. I don't use the little yo-yo makers or anything like that. But anyway, here's the yo-yo. The back is a white satin yo-yo, which I have made. And then what I do is I make all of these I made out of gingham, and I just take another one and make it out of gingham. You can attach it with glue, what have you, but the one in the back you have to cinch it down by a few stitches. You take a few stitches and go through up to the top and then over the top and through and then do a few stitches down the back, and then put the string back through the first hoop. Okay, and then where you glue it, you're going to glue your little halo in between the two there, and then on the top there for the head, it's just a 1/2 inch mushroom cap or mushroom plug. You can find them on eBay. They're half inch mushroom plugs on eBay. And that's where I bought most of mine. And that bow, today I'm actually going to show you a little trick about the bow. And nothing here that I'm showing you today I have not learned on eBay, to be honest with you. I think I'm the only one though that puts them on a stick to be plant stakes. Okay, so, and I've made different sizes because a lot of people have different size plants, so I made them. They almost look like a big bouquet there inside the jar. And for the face, I took a little bit of my blush that I use, or if you have any facial blush, just put a little on a Q-tip, rubbed it on the cheeks, and then the 2 dots for the eyes. I've showed you how to make dots in previous videos with the end of a paintbrush. Okay, so that's how we do it. And let me put this little fella back in here, this little angel. And that's how I'm going to be selling them at the craft show in that. And I was going to decorate the top of the jar. And I don't know what I'm going to sell those for yet. But here's a box of white ones that I have previously made. And what you do to cinch that back is you do stitches. Let's see if I can do it holding this here. Is you'll do a stitch in and then up and then in again and then up and over the back, turn it down and then go in and up, and then you're going to go back through the front, through the back, out the front, and then you'll take that needle and you'll draw it back up through your other your gingham rosette, your gingham yo-yo, and then you'll tie it off in the front, and then you'll have the two together with this. And as you pull that string, you're going to get that cinching. It'll cinch down like almost like a heart shaped, and then that's where you'll get your wings. And in between the wings and the yo-yo, your gingham yo-yo, is where you'll put your little thing, your little halo. And I'm just using some elastic thread. It's actually some kind of elastic, silver elastic stuff. I think I bought 5 yards of it on eBay. It's pretty good thickness, and if you just take the end of it and make a little loop, and then I just make a little knot at the end, like a double knot, and then cut it off, and then you stick that in between your gingham yo-yo and your white yo-yo in the back. And it can just be straight up, or you can use whatever you like. You can use a string of pearls, whatever you like for the halo. Okay, and here I have a bunch of the mushroom heads already painted, ready to go, little blush. And I'm actually using the end of my lipstick pencil, and I'm taking the brush and going like that on my lipstick pencil, and then just taking a bead here and giving a little blush here, a little blush there, and then I take the back end of my brush here, dip it in some black paint, 2 dots, put it down, do another one. You can do a bunch of those and get them ready. And now I'm going to show you how to do the ribbon, which is a little trick. Let me reposition you here. My makeup, my mirror going there. And there's an actual video online about how to do this. And you make a ribbon with a fork. And what you do is you cut a piece of ribbon here. I don't know, for the size ribbons I'm making, just cut a little piece, probably about 8 inches or so long. And then you put it under the fork like this and over the top. Keep them flat. This side's a little longer than that side, okay? You're going to take the front part of the ribbon, stick it behind that other ribbon through the prong in the fork, okay? Pull it out and then pull it straight back. And then up in between the two, grab your other piece, and basically it's like making a bow without having to have somebody hold it down in the middle. Tie a knot tight, and then you can see the ribbon is already made on the fork. And what I usually do is straighten out the ribbon on this side, and then I just, you pull it off the fork, and there you have it. It's almost like a perfect ribbon. And I've got that ribbon on every single one of my little yo-yos here. Here's one of my smaller stick ones, and then you just glue that right under the chin like that. And I call them plant stakes, garden plant stakes. I'll probably like GARD-E-EN, sort of like a take on guardian angels, but it's really a garden angel. And then what you do is in between the two yo-yos is you put a little line of glue, put your stick in there, and there you have it. You got your yo-yo on a stick. Let's see if I can get you over here. Your yo-yo on a stick. Okay. And that's what you're going to have. You put those in your plants. Now I'm also going to make these into pins. I'm going to make them into magnets. I'm going to then make some yo-yos into flowers. I have, about 1,500 yo-yos coming in the mail. I've got some that are going to be, instead of gingham, they're going to be like a starlight shaped. These yo-yos here, I made all of these by hand as far as sewing them. But, I plan on making so many of them that some I'm getting pre-made. But I am going to put the, the heads, the faces, the bows, turn the backs into wings, with the cinching, and do all of that stuff. But I'm also going to make flowers with some. I'm going to be making some barrettes, some clip-on barrettes. I'm going to be making pins. I'm going to be making magnets, and they're not all going to be angels. Some will be flowers. But, I just love fabric, and I don't like hand sewing, as I've said many times in my videos. But I do like fabric, and I do love to play with these little guys. And when I'm making them, I think they're awfully cute. So I hope that you have some fun making some of these yourself. And I'm going to go through my little jar of bindings here and see what I've got left. I've got some keychains in there. I've got some, some pin backs. I'm going to make a few pins right now, actually, because I got some pin backs left over. And this is what a pin back looks like. And I'm going to put some of those on and make myself an angel pin too. All right, and we'll see how it goes. I got 2 more sticks left, so I'm going to make 2 more of these angels today. And then I'm going to go in and make some pins and see how they turn out. And then I'm just going to keep on sewing my yo-yos. I got a whole line of gingham here. These are, by the way, if you want to make a 2-inch yo-yo, you want a 4.5-inch square. And how you get a 4.5-inch square, it's very simple. You take a CD that you don't use anymore, some kind of CD that's broken or whatever. A CD is exactly 4.5 inches, okay? And you'll put that down on your fabric. If you can double your fabric, that's great. You just put it on your fabric, draw around it with a pencil, a pen, whatever you want to use, and cut out your circles. And that's how you get a 4.5 inch. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole thing of sewing a whole yo-yo. They have yo-yo makers now, and I don't use a maker, but I made these years ago too. But If you want to use a maker, there's videos on makers, there's videos on all kinds of stuff. Not a ton of videos on what you can do once you have the yo-yos, okay? So I'm showing you what I've done, and I'm going to put a link up to where I got my idea from, and then at that link it'll say where she got her idea from, and it all comes down to somebody called Eileen on some website online, but I forget what it is at the moment. But I will be adding the links to these girls, these other women that have made these before me. And of course, I make mine a little different. I don't make mine the same way everybody does. They're doing theirs more Christmassy. Even though I do a Christmas craft show, I don't usually do everything Christmassy because I like people to be able to use what they get year round. And if they give gifts, a lot of the gifts can be year-round usage too. So, like I said, I'm going to go off and do some more now, and we'll be in touch with another craft pretty soon. Thank you for watching Prim and Proper Designs.